The man stood at a crossroads, his pockets empty, his future uncertain. Fired from the biggest food processing company in town, he faced two choices: accept defeat or take a risk and carve his own path. What he never imagined was that this risk would lead to one of the most dominant food empires in history, generating billions of dollars a year. This is the story of Lay's chips. It all began in 1909 when Herman Lay was born into a quiet middle-class family in Charlotte, North Carolina. His father worked as a bookkeeper, his mother a stay-at-home wife. Growing up, he had no clear career path, but he had a knack for one thing: sales. As a young boy, he ran a soda stand for locals, and it was so successful that he hired employees. This entrepreneurial instinct would shape his future, but Lay was restless. College did not excite him. He was far more interested in business than academics. Even with a fully funded athletic scholarship, he chose to drop out, ready to dive into the working world. His first step was at Sunshine Biscuits, a food company specializing in cookies, crackers, and cereal. It seemed like the beginning of a promising career until disaster struck. In 1929, the Great Depression swept across America, wiping out jobs and cutting incomes in half. Lay was just 20 years old when he found himself unemployed. This hardship taught him a lesson he would never forget. He needed to build something of his own, something that could withstand economic turmoil. His next job was with the Barrett Food Company in Nashville, Tennessee. And it was here that his fate took shape. While working as a traveling salesman, Lay began a side hustle that would revolutionize the food industry. His trademark became simple yet effective. He stocked bags of potato chips in the back of his Ford Model A and delivered them to customers. He was riding a wave of innovation. Potato chips had existed since the 1850s, but in 1926, a new method allowed them to be sealed in wax paper bags, keeping them fresh longer and making them the perfect portable snack. Lay saw an opportunity and seized it. With over a decade of experience in the food industry, he decided to gamble on himself. He took out a bank loan and purchased a dealership from his former employer, renaming it H.W. Lay Distribution Co. Just a few years later, he raised $40,000 in stock sales to buy the entire Barrett Food Company. The move seemed risky to many, including one of his biggest investors who had poured his family's savings into the company. But Lay had a vision. He wanted to create an affordable potato chip brand that every American could enjoy. The first Lay's chips were sold for just 10 cents a packet, and demand skyrocketed. Mass production became necessary. But competition was fierce. Lay knew he had to stand out. In 1944, he made history by launching the first snack food television advertisement. Later, the company hired the actor who played the Cowardly Lion in The Wizard of Oz as a celebrity spokesperson. A catchy slogan, "Betcha can't eat just one," became iconic and cemented Lay's as America's favorite potato chip brand. But marketing was only part of the strategy. Innovation was key. Lay's became the first company to introduce crinkle-cut, ruffled chips, which were sturdier and less likely to break inside the bag. By 1950, Lay's had taken the lead in the potato chip market. However, Lay was thinking bigger. He needed something revolutionary, and he found it in Joe Spud Murphy, an Irish businessman who had discovered a way to add seasoning during the cooking process while maintaining flavor on a mass scale. The first flavored chips, cheese and onion and salt and vinegar became instant hits. With exclusive rights to the technique, Lay's launched its own flavors, catapulting the brand to new heights. By the early 1960s, H.W. Lay & Company was generating $45 million in annual sales, the equivalent of $500 million in today's money. Yet one major competitor stood in the way of complete market dominance: the Frito company. Frito specialized in corn chips and outsold Lay's by 30%. It had its own success story, founded by C.E. Doolin, who had purchased a corn chip recipe from a small cafe in San Antonio and built an empire. Rather than engage in a battle for dominance, Lay proposed a merger, creating Frito-Lay, the first national snack brand in America. Even more impressive, he retained his position as CEO. The newly merged company wasted no time in expanding. It introduced new brands, including Doritos Funyuns and Munchos. But Lay was not done yet. In 1965, he met with businessman Don Kendall and proposed another bold idea, merging Frito-Lay with a beverage company. Kendall was the CEO of PepsiCo, and together they saw the potential in consolidating their power. Lay famously drafted the proposal on the back of a napkin, and Kendall accepted. The merger created PepsiCo, one of the largest food and beverage corporations in history. Frito-Lay thrived under the PepsiCo umbrella, allowing it to expand internationally. Today, Frito-Lay employs over 55,000 people, producing enough potatoes to reach the moon and back. In 2021 alone, Lay's accounted for 41% of the potato chip market. Their products now take up 80% of shelf space in convenience stores worldwide. Their success is driven by constant innovation, including country-specific flavors that cater to local tastes. With over 200 varieties, Lay's continues to dominate from nori seaweed in Japan to baked scallop in China. In recent years, Lay's has also embraced digital marketing and sustainability initiatives. They launched interactive campaigns, allowing consumers to vote on new flavors, and have committed to reducing plastic waste by introducing recyclable packaging. Furthermore, their expansion into plant-based and healthier snack alternatives has helped them reach a growing health-conscious market. To further its growth, the company even offers up to $1 million for creative new flavor ideas, with a top restaurant chef leading the development process. The Lay's brand has taken on different names around the world: Walker's in the UK, Smith's in Australia, Sabritas in Mexico, and Chipsy in Egypt. But its legacy remains the same. Herman Lay started with nothing more than a $2,000 loan and a bag of chips. He built a global empire, one that became an integral part of PepsiCo, where he remained on the executive council until his death in 1982. Later in life, he focused on philanthropy, establishing the Lay's Scholarship to help young entrepreneurs pursue their dreams. His impact on the snack industry is legendary today. Almost every supermarket and convenience store in the world carries the legacy of Herman Lay, a man who turned a simple chip into an empire. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more.